Hey everybody, this is Uncle Doug with Fellowship of the Martyrs and Liberty Disaster Relief. I'm here interviewing uh, Pastor Barron from Out to Pastor Ministries, the church that left the building. The church has left the building. And he is in Springfield, Ohio. And a week or so, probably a week and a half now, he spoke at a city, what is it, city council meeting.
City council
And the
meeting.
video of that, some other people too, it wasn't just him, but the video of that went viral and got picked up and spread all over. And he asked me to come out, fly out to Springfield. Our ministries have been attached since probably 2008 and shared trucks of food back and forth and counseled and prayed and helped financially and all kinds of stuff over the years. But so I flew out to Springfield to spend a few days with him handling media contacts, and that's not over yet. But along the way, I interviewed a young lady named Libby about her experience working in a gun store, and that's gone viral and attracted a lot of attention. But I thought it would be good to Barron is right in the middle of the firestorm of everything in Springfield. Been there for decades, knows lots of people. And I wanted to just get some follow up with him on where things stand after everybody descended on the place and so on. So, Barron, from what would you say was the result of you speaking at the city council meeting?
My world got turned upside down, basically. Uh, even today, this morning, I have reporters. The one that I just got the phone call is from Denmark. I mean, Denmark. Anyway, all over,
yeah,
all over the United States and all over the world. I mean, people. It's nothing for me to look down at an incoming call and see it's based out of Washington, D.C. Nobody in Washington, D.C. called me 3 weeks ago. But the last 2 weeks, I've had, I don't want to exaggerate. Doug, you were here. Is 50 an exaggeration?
Oh, no. And Tulsi Gabbard called and, Trump war room folks, and you just got an invitation to Mar-a-Lago and all kinds of stuff. It's it's wild
at this point, I don't even know what's bogus and what's real. Until Donald Trump is here shaking my hand, boots on the ground in Springfield, I'm just going to assume he has no clue who I am, other than I'm sure he's seen the videos.
Sure. What do you think's been the result for Springfield from all this attention?
Unbelievable chaos.
Or some of at the city council meeting and at follow-up meetings like the town hall with Vivek a few days ago, I think Springfield's got a really bad rap because white supremacists, others have tried to glom onto this, but the citizens of Springfield have tried to make it really clear this isn't about race. It was a pretty diverse place before.
Yeah, it was never, as far as the citizens are concerned here, most of them, it's never about the color of your skin. I mean, that's ludicrous. We have always been a melting pot here. I mean, there's Italians, Mexicans, Polish, Germans, Haitians. There were Haitians here before the invasion. It just, I don't know, man. The whole spin thing, it's amazing to me. And then to have our elected officials go, I don't know, man. I don't know if they got their head stuck in the sand. If they're, I'm sure they're overwhelmed as well. Our mayor has armed security guards around him 24 hours a day now. I mean, that's wrong. Not wrong that he has security guard. It's wrong that there really is a need. He really needed to do that. I mean, he's had death threats. They're going to his house. They're picketing his business. Picketing might not be the right word. They're openly criticizing his business. And that's the sad part. I've known the guy for a long time in the private sector as a businessman because I'm clergy here in town. I've officiated a lot of funerals at his very facility. And I can tell you that every single time, in my personal experience, he's went above and beyond. He's a great funeral director, an asset to the city. As a mayor, not so much. I think he got in over his head.
Yeah. What I hear there's some investigations. Are they from people that are likely to be able to make a difference legally, or just reporters and stuff into how it all got this way?
Oh no, I mean, we have all the three-letter people in town now. FBI, ATF, DEA, Homeland Security. They're all here. They're all here, and I know that to be true. And they're investigating, fellows that runs First Diversity, a local. It's not local. They're all over, I guess. He just owns them, and he happens to be in the area. He lives here. They're investigating this guy for human trafficking. And needless to say, with the current climate of this whole human trafficking thing that's going around, I mean, turn on the news. I mean, what, P. Diddy was just indicted, a musician. I don't follow rap music, but that's a big thing. There's a lot of people that are nervous about what's going down. It's like their chance now to get back at all these people who are pedophiles and are guilty of doing things to children and sex crimes and all that, because the Epstein thing kind of slipped through our fingers, didn't it? You don't hear about that on the news now.
Yeah.
But boy, howdy, this is front and center. And it took someone to report to a reporter somewhere about somebody, Haitians, barbecuing cats on the grill, which, God, that amazes me. But hey, we are where we are. It is what it is, like the old guys say. The cats brought them here, and now they've uncovered all this other business. And now that's what's making the news. So good. I hope they clean it up. I made a post today from a gentleman that basically said, let's unalive all the white people and the problem be solved. That's not the kind of people I want here. Hey, far out, man. If you want to come to this country, we are the land of milk and honey. We're the land of opportunity. We take, what is it? It says on the Statue of Liberty or whatever, give us your downtrodden. Da, 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 da. Anyway, we've been that since I've been alive, 61 years. And, but I don't want that guy. I don't want that guy who hates all white people. I'm not a racist. I have 99 other reasons to dislike someone. The color of their skin don't even make the list. You know what I mean? I told a reporter yesterday, he said, who are you? Who are you? I said, who I am is very unimportant in this whole equation. But since you ask, I'll tell you. I'm just a nobody trying to tell everybody about somebody who will love anybody. And that's Jesus. And the only thing that I know that I can rely on 100%, there is no AI about the Bible. There is no, you either believe it or you don't. I choose to believe it. Show me another plan. Show me something else and prove to me, like the Bible's proved time and time and time and time again to me. And I'll go that way, far out. Make me a pumpkin seed. When you can make me a pumpkin seed, I'll follow you. If you can make water, because I don't think we've been able to do that. Cat Williams said, H2O, science can't even duplicate it. Can't do it. A lot of times they just drop the two out of it, make HO, and everybody can be made a hoe. So, with that being said, I promise you, Doug, you were here, man. I mean, you've seen. There's been moments of just complete and utter chaos, and I am worried. Right after you left, these cats in purple shirts, all black men, they claim to be something Israelis for Jews, or I don't know what it is, but they were marching through town with loudspeakers in a very military type formation, and they outnumbered any of the other groups that were in town. And now I'm getting calls that these Antifa people are coming. They're not coming here to plant flowers. They're not coming here to hug on folks. They're not coming here to even feed the homeless. They're coming here to make this sensation that's going on part of their portfolio. And nothing good can come from those cats coming to town. No more than when the Ku Klux Klan printed their stuff up that was Springfield specific. And I don't even want to name the groups, but you were here, Doug, when it was all going on. And Springfield is a tinderbox. I keep saying this over and over and over and over again. Springfield is a tinderbox right now. I mean, very, very, very much a tinderbox. And we got all these outside people throwing matches, man, not really giving a crap where they land. And it's going to cost our city. And then on top of that, I have a city manager that my tax, that mine, not just mine, but our city tax dollars pay for this guy. This guy makes more than the governor of the state of Ohio. Think about that for a second. And I haven't seen him one time. He's paid to manage the city. And if you can't manage the city, go away. Get somebody in here who can manage the city, who can give us the answers, and understands that he works for us. Right. He works for us. We don't work for him. And I think that's the problem. I basically think, to wrap it all up in a nutshell, is the good old boy system that they had here forever. Not just in my town, it's in your town too. It's getting busted up. This ain't 1966. Now we have this thing that we're communicating on right now, and communication is instantaneous. If you need to get word to me from Missouri to me, you can literally pick a phone up and boom, I'm there. Oh, wait a minute, it's even better. This is the stuff that I seen when I was a kid, man. You're not talking into a shoe, but this is serious stuff. The Dick Tracy watch, that's a real thing now, man. I've seen them. Get your email. And my point is, in 2024, I don't think that, I think more because we have more people on the planet, but I think we've always had pedophilias or pedophiles and pedophilia. I just think now it's getting reported a lot more. There's a lot more technology, and it is not working out well for the bad guys, in that aspect. In so much as you can go online and blah, 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 and get a social security card and all that stuff, all the stuff that these people need. I say these people, I'm going to say people need, not just Haitians. If you're coming from Italy, you can get on there and get a TPS. I think, I don't even know. Temporary protected status. Okay. A lot of people are forgetting that first word. They keep calling these people our visitors. Well, Doug was just a visitor here, and I can tell you that he went home.
without a
That's
government
a
check.
visit. Yeah, yeah. He didn't get any. Matter of fact, it cost him money to come here, and I want to publicly thank you for that, Doug, because you have a way of communicating with me uh, when others can't, because I shut them out because I have to question their agenda. I know you don't have any hidden agendas, and I don't always agree with your agenda, but I know you don't keep it hidden, and uh, you've been as fair and honest with me from the day I met you, and we'll continue to be fair and honest with each other. And I thank you for helping me get this story out to the world. And that sounds crazy to me, out to the world, because the world's watching right now, and we
Right.
have their attention for this little bit of time. Let's reroute it to do something good. The reporters, you were with us. How cool is it that that's how I started vetting them. I said, "Oh, you want the story? Get in the truck." What are we going to do? We're going to go feed the homeless, because I'm not going to let you or your agenda disrupt mine. And it was getting really hard until Doug got here, and Doug starts taking phone calls, and he's like, "Barron, we got to go." Because I'll sit out there on the street and talk to these people, not the reporters, the people that we're feeding, because I really want to know what circumstances got weaved their way and into your life to where they got you to where you're locked in where you're at now, because right now it's not a good place.
Right.
And what can I do to help? Anybody that knows me knows that I answer my telephone. It rings, I pick it up, and the first thing I say, "This is Barron, how can I help?" And I do that for two reasons. One, I really mean it. And two, how can you be mad? You can't call me screaming at me if I say something like, "It's Barron, how can I help?" "Well, I'll tell you how you can help me." And it immediately de-escalates. We need a whole bunch of de-escalation in Springfield, Ohio right now. I hope this video, or what, I don't even know what this is called that we're doing, scope video, whatever. I hope that this is part of the de-escalation process. I hope this is an opportunity for people to see this, come together, and have communicate. We don't have to agree. We can agree that we disagree even, but we have to be respectful of one another. And you can't make it about, you can't make your go-to, if you don't like what I have to say, calling me a racist. People that know me laugh when people say that guy's a racist. They're like, "You better check his resume, man," because he's the furthest thing from a racist. But because I look like this, they don't. I'm not a pastor. Never mind that I went through what the state of Ohio said I had to do to become a licensed pastor. I did it years ago. Never mind that I've officiated hundreds of their funerals, that I've been a marriage counselor, a food provider, all that. They want to blow all that away now and go, "Look at him. He looks like he's a member of the Klan," because I wear bib overalls. And just like they think that because I have my red hat on and my red shirt on, "Well, he must be for Trump." Well, I am, but that's not why I wear these colors. We won't get into all that, but red's one of my favorite colors. Let's just say that. And you put a little white in there with it. I'm trying to keep that covered. That I'm great. I love it. I love it. So here, I don't know how to stop all this. So, boom, I get my phone rattling. Can you hear that on your end?
Oh, it's fine. It's just a little bit. What
That's a
do we
reporter from
know?
Denmark being very persistent, calling me.
Yeah, well, he got to get in the video. Um, Libby, Libby's the young lady. We did a video about her experience working in a gun store, and one of the big misunderstandings we have right now, it's got 380,000 views and over 2,000 comments. many of which I delete because they're just mean and stupid and
And rude.
hurtful and rude. And but
Her situation is better now. I mean, man, I can tell you that got a lot of attention. And so much so that there's people stealing clips of that, for lack of a better word, to get their money to go up, and we didn't do the video it wasn't monetized. I mean, we weren't making anything. We just wanted to tell people. And now she had to hire an attorney. And so Doug and I have, we've already made a donation to her from money that, people have given us for that. And we're going to continue to. We don't want to make money off the video. But I can tell you plane tickets cost money. Cheeseburgers that we feed homeless cost money, and diesel fuel for the truck and gasoline for the generator. That all costs money. But we didn't do it for that. And we're not going to make money off of that kid or that lady. I say kid, she's they're all young to me, but she's a little sweetheart. And that day, what are the odds of us finding somebody that actually worked there and was willing to talk? And we ran into so many people that are like, no, I got a lot to say, but I ain't gonna do it on the record. Well, unfortunately, on the record is what we need right now, because they're making us look silly, just like Donald Trump. They tried to make him look silly with the whole dog thing and cat thing, and he was reporting on something. No, he didn't see the video firsthand, but he took the people's word, and just like Doug did and I did. And then we got to doing the homework and finding out, well, no, Barron's right. They're not eating these things. They're using them in voodoo sacrifices, because that's how they believe good fortune is coming to them. Their good fortune is they're in the land of milk and honey. They want for nothing here, except for the ones who want to go home, and they keep saying as soon as we straighten out Haiti, they're going back. They don't want to be here. They want to go back to Haiti and get rid of the white man. That just blows my mind, man. They're okay with the gifts. I have no problem. If you want to come to this country and you want to drop the flag of your country off at the border and pick up the American flag and drape it around you, we're all for you. Come on in. You need to assimilate to what we do. There are hidden rules of society that we, and unfortunately, through the years, we've seen it go down. Used to be that guys jumped out and opened the car doors for girls and held doors and said, please and thank you, and yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, and yes, sir, and no, sir. And I don't know who to blame it on. It ain't Joe Biden's fault any more than it's Donald Trump's or Kamala Harris. We as a society have allowed things. And the number one thing that this guy thinks is we took God out of everything. Take the God out of schools, separation of school and state, take prayer out of schools and da 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 da. And they're the first ones in line going, where are you at? When things like this happen, they're like, God, where are you at? And God's sitting back going, you asked me to leave. I'm all about free will. How's that working out for you?
Yeah. Let me say this. There's such cynicism out there on the internet, because there are charlatans and cheats and even church people that are getting jet planes and whatever. We didn't start a GoFundMe for Libby because it's a bunch of work, and we just thought, hey, if you want to help, send it. We can be trusted. I run a homeless shelter. Barron's has been caring for the homeless forever.
Why give the GoFundMe 10% or whatever? Right, they didn't do anything.
And the sum total right now is somewhere around $400 or $500 that we've received to help her. Now, her lawyer isn't going to have to go to court and defend her. It's not bail money.
yeah.
Not yeah. It looks like it's just going to be an interview. She's got a honcho at the ATF that said, "I'm going to make sure you're not injured by this. We just want to question you, but we're not mad at you, and it's going to be okay." So there's some assurances there that she's received, and I believe that's going to work out okay. We certainly didn't want to do anything that would put her in jeopardy, but it
Well,
hasn't been
now
very much.
they're pretty much blowing her off as a disgruntled employee now. And you know, that her sister worked there part seasonally, and they won't even talk to her. Her sister has a food truck that used to set up in front of the Rural King. Ain't happening now. Her father buys feed for his livestock and dog food and things like that there, and went back like completely ostracizing the guy. They won't even speak to him. He knew them all, and it's just unbelievable. And then we have the people who just flat out say she's a liar. It didn't happen. What did she have to gain in making that story up?
Well,
You know
and
what I
there's
mean?
a lot of misunderstandings about lots of FFA dealers are getting on the comments and saying she can't sell to illegals. That's crazy. And the argument is these aren't illegals. These aren't people
FFL.
that snuck across the river. These are people that we flew here and gave temporary protected status that essentially makes them a resident alien and gives them, they don't get to vote, but
But they have the right to protect themselves.
yeah. Some of the comments are like, "Oh, the Constitution doesn't apply to illegals." I'm like, "Yeah, we Mirandize them. They have a expectation that they're innocent till proven guilty. The Constitution does apply in a whole bunch of ways to whoever's here." That's sort of a nonsense argument, but
Yeah, don't get on the train if you don't want to go to Boston.
yeah, there is a lot of misunderstanding about nobody sold guns to illegals. This is the nuanced problem here, is whether or not temporary protected status um, allows them to buy guns, and most everybody is saying it does if they fill the forms out right. We talked to another person that worked at a gun store that didn't want to go on camera, but it wasn't off the record, but they didn't want to go on camera. That said 4 or 5 times a day there's Haitians coming into the store trying to buy guns, but most of them don't speak enough English to even fill out the paperwork. But it certainly is happening. But it's not a matter of selling to illegals. That I just wanted to try and clarify that.
And just so we know, it's not some curious guy, like I would be if I went to the Swiss Alps and watched them make E. coli cough drops. You know what I mean? Oh, what's that? I get it. They've never seen in the country where they come from. You can't walk in a store and just buy a gun. I mean, if so, they might not be having the problems they have down there now. Arm them, let them sort out their own stuff. So I get it, curiosity. But why do they need guns? I don't understand that. And then people say, why do you need them? Because I'm a citizen here. My forefathers fought for the right, the liberty that I enjoy. If you come to my country, earn it or support those who did. That's my only point.
Yeah. As long as we're here, what's all that junk behind you in there?
Huh?
What's all the stuff in the background? Why do you have so many pots and pans and cooking stuff?
Oh, well, we're homesteaders. We have garden, and that's all of all of the stuff we use. I have a food truck business, and we
That's
that's how
that's
we
what
pay our mortgage.
that's what I was getting at. I was going to let you do a commercial for
Oh,
Mr. Barron Super
Mr.
Sandwich.
Barron Super Sandwich. Eat here, we'll both starve. We probably have the best Cuban you've ever eaten. Uh,
How can
okay,
people find you?
maybe the second best Cuban.
How can people find you?
They can go to. I need to build a website. We don't have that yet, but you can go to Facebook or the Book of Faces, however we can legally say it. Social media, and type in Mr. Barron's Super Sandwich. Super is SUPER, like Superman, because we have soup or sandwiches. It's a little thing I did there. Anyway, yeah, go Mr. Barron's Super Sandwich. You can contact us that way.
And if your company's around Springfield somewhere and you want to cater a big company lunch, he does that, or he'll post on there where he's going to be at certain times. You can drive over there and support a sandwich. So if you don't like charitable giving and you don't trust to just send money, then just come by a Cabano.
Right.
And
Come let us earn it. You'll
yeah,
love it.
thank you, Mr. Barron, and love you and appreciate your time. We're going to get this out to the world and try to uh, dial down some of the hysteria about Springfield. There are real problems. There are criminal things we think that have been done that need to be
Well,
investigated.
I kind of know criminal things have been done, but
Yeah,
proving it is it's the wonderful thing about this country. You're innocent until proven guilty. But understand this, we have lots of people who are far smarter than I am, or even Doug. I know that's hard to believe, but for Doug anyway. No, that are looking into this now. And thank God the Trojan cat came to town. And when the belly got cut open, uh, all this other stuff fell out. And people were like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Because at the end of the day, even the Haitians are being exploited. They're
yeah,
being brought in here into indentured servitude or whatever it's called. And that's just wrong too. I will fight for them just as hard, but we live in a city of 55,000 people and you get 25,000 visitors. Think about that. The city where you live right now, what if this weekend, only this weekend, it's happened for a couple of years here now, but if only this weekend 200 or 25,000 people, additional people that aren't from here, came to visit and go to your stores and your emergency rooms and your free food pantries and your, I mean, on and on
hotel,
and on. If they only
hotels
did
and
it for 1 week, imagine what that would do. Oh, wait a minute. And they don't speak your language and they don't drive very well. Imagine for 1 week what that would do to your city. That's the equivalent of, somebody told me, of putting 25 million of them in New York. New York City couldn't handle it.
yeah.
Houston couldn't handle it, and Springfield, Ohio, I think is doing a pretty doggone good job right now, actually, of putting up with it and doing everybody working to fix it. Unfortunately, I personally feel none of the politicians are working like that. They scream and holler about Mike DeWine, who's the governor of the state of Ohio, just released $2.5 million to help with the problem. Only a day later to hear our mayor on Fox or one of the news stations say, well, the majority of that money will be spent on translators, and and it's like, that's not, you're still trying to put a band-aid on the problem. You know what I mean? Our city right now, I've never seen this many troopers, state troopers, in our town. Doug will tell you everywhere we went, and it's not just one, they're double down at the license bureaus and things like that. Who are they protecting? Are they protecting the citizens? Or are they protecting the Haitians? I'm inclined to believe that they're there to make sure that we don't do anything to the visitors. Nobody's looking out for us, all the things that the visitors are doing to us. Come
Well,
on,
we can
guys.
hope that with this many investigative reporters trying to win a Pulitzer, somebody's going to find something and get to the bottom of some of this and find solutions.
I
But
hope so too.
you can't let. I was yelling at the TV during the debate with Kamala and Trump, and as she's talking about Ukraine, and I'm like, look, if you've seen the pictures of Ukraine burn out and blown up, that's the kind of stuff that happens when you let thousands and thousands of undocumented military age men across your border.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have a wall around Ukraine. And why are
23
we so
years
worried
ago,
about?
23 years ago, we learned what it was like to have foreigners on our land, didn't we? And approximately 3,000 people died in the World Trade Center. I don't want to get into all the conspiracy theories and all the lies that were told then and that. There's no question, though, that the people piloting them planes didn't like us.
Yeah.
Did not like us. They had an agenda. I really personally believe, me personally, that the people who aren't from here that are here and they're buying weapons, I think they have an agenda. I don't think that we're on that agenda anything other than being victims. So that's just the way I think.
And we're clear that's not all of them. We're clear that's not. There's families, sweet folk, 3 new Haitian Christian churches. They're not all voodoo. They're a lot of good folks that are right to try to escape that nasty place where they were.
Yep. And they're scared. The good ones that I know, they're scared to say anything because then they'll have both teams hating them. The Haitians for, exposing the money train and the milk and honey, and Americans for being Haitian. So they can't. But here's the thing. Everybody says it's a no-win situation. I even put a post up that said the rat race is over. The rats won. And I have to publicly apologize for that because the rat race is not over. As long as people are still communicating, people are willing to come to the table and actually work on the problem. Well, while they were doing their roundtable discussions and fiscal meetings and things like that about the homeless, I was out there feeding them because that's what I do. I don't know how to have fiscal meetings and planning committees and all that stuff. Can I be taught? Sure. But meanwhile, while you're all fussing with that stuff, I'm going to go feed the people. You know what I mean? Because that's the problem. We need to quit trying to stick Band-Aids on this, or like they did when Doug came to town, right after the news broke, where they just took them off the street. I don't know how they did it. I have no idea. There were no lines at the BMV like we've seen before, lines out the door. There were no lines at Job and Family Services. That is unheard of. There wasn't a lot of them crashing because they weren't moving. I don't know if they blew the whistle or somebody's controlling all this. Is it King George? King George is the local guy here that owns the temporary agency and owns, 50 homes that he homes them in and sleeps them in shifts and just crazy. Their stories are unbelievable. And it's up to you, I guess, to sort out, even this. You have to sort this out and vet it to see if it's true. Go look at Doug's videos, go to fellowshipofthemartyrs.com and, they're not going to help him lie. 20 years ago when I hooked up with this guy, he was doing videos. And I remember back then it was 10-minute videos, quick videos. So he had to do a lot of things really fast. And, you know, I showed his videos to people and they're like, you talking about the dude that's pulling his beard out? Yeah, that's him. That's Doug. Yeah, keeping it real.
Yeah.
You know, and I, like I said, man, you know, Doug and I, we go way back, and you can't make all that up. That's 20 years ago. So they can't say now that he has this super viral video that's going out here. I don't know what all that means. I hope it's trending. I hope that so much people jump on board, this directs them to his page, and they go, wow, this guy's doing a lot. You know, let's help him. Let's send some money his way. You know, we send money Ukraine's way. Doug, how would you like to have trillions of dollars?
I could change the world, man.
He could
I could
change
change
the
the
world.
world.
And I really believe that. You know what? It's not him that's changing the world. He's
Yeah.
down there up in the little corner up here. It's not him that's changing the world. It's the Jesus in him that's changing the world and can change the world. Listen up, people. Now's the time. Now's the time. You better get in your Bibles. You better read every single thing that the Bible predicted to come true is coming true right now before your very eyes. And you better pick. There's only two choices, smoking or non-smoking. You better pick now.
Well, Barron, I know you like your nice quiet life with your food truck, but you need to know I'm praying that you'll be Trump's new homeless czar, and
His new what?
that you'll be the czar for homelessness for the country and start making some changes. But
Oh
we'll
my
see.
goodness. I would love nothing more
Yeah, right.
than to feed homeless people.
Move to
And
Washington
not
D.C.
just
and have committee meetings.
right. Yeah, no, I'm not that. Uh but we need somebody like that, don't we?
Yeah,
We need somebody who's gonna cut through the BS and start actually feeding people. And not just feeding people, figuring out, hey man, what happened? You know,
yeah,
uh I'm inclined to think that this country quit dealing with the mentally ill. That
yeah,
is really, and I'm not talking about people who are sad and take a pill. I think sad is an emotion. Everybody should feel it. But I think you said I never said anything the whole time you're over here. You're talking about crazy Uncle Charlie or whatever up in the upstairs. Well, I had a crazy Uncle Charlie. Literally, his name was Charlie, and the family just said, "Well, he as my mom used to say, bless his heart. He don't know no better." And they didn't put him, well, they had him in an institution for a while, and my mom and all my aunts got together and said, we don't want Charlie in there. That's our brother. So they just basically took turns until he died and bounced him around to the houses. And we took care of him because he was our responsibility, not the nation's.
yeah.
Well, I don't know what administration it was that they closed all those down. And I mean, you used to hear about people going to the nut house or whatever you want to call it years ago. Where are they at now? Well, now they're the jails because there's money in jails. There's not money in nut houses.
Yeah. They're the beaches in San Diego and L.A. Well, God bless you, man. I love you, and I'm praying for you to hold it together through all the rest of whatever this brings. Trump's coming to town. That's going to be a circus, and there's still a long way to go to get Springfield sorted out. But I'm optimistic that a lot of people are praying. A lot of people are have been wanting some solutions, and maybe they're on the way. So
Man, I
hang
hope I
hang in
can.
there. We'll check in some more and let the world know what's going on with you and what's going on at Springfield as you're right
Yeah,
there in the
let's
middle of
let's
it
do
all.
a follow up video here in a week.
Yeah, we will. We will. Well, thank you. God bless you. I'm going to end the Zoom call here and we'll get on with do you have a food thing today?
I do not. I am slap wore out. I'm trying to get prepared for winter here. I
Okay.
have some things I got to get put up, and really, I'm just resting my feet, my butt. I'm tired.
When's the big toy run? the next one?
Our big toy run is it's always the third Sunday in October. And this year it happens to fall on the 20th. And I'm happy to tell you this is our 46th consecutive year of doing the Highway Hikers toy run for the kids of Clark County. It's an amazing thing. And I'm anxiously waiting for that, because then it's a great day to be a biker in this town.
Barron's been the main organizer for that for years and years and years. How many toys last year? How many bikers?
I don't know how many toys exactly. I know that 3,000 plus children got Christmas last year as a result of our toy run. And we've had as many as 4,000 motorcyclists at our toy run. It goes up and down, depending on the weather. But this year, I'm thinking, I really want to believe that we're going to have a good year. But I also think that people are scared to drive across Springfield in cars. I can't imagine, 4,000 motorcycles thrown into the mix. And I I'm gonna claim it right now, pray that nobody get hurt. Haitian, biker, anybody. I want the 20th of October this year, the day of our 46th annual toy run, there not to be a single accident in all of Clark County. And Amen. Lord, I don't think that's much to ask. So I just ask you to agree with me in prayer on that.
Amen. Amen. Well, a lot of good stuff happening, and there's a lot of good people. I saw a lot of charity in Springfield, a lot of soup kitchens, a lot of food pantries. They really are trying hard and have been for a long time, because there is a need. So we're continuing to pray for the regular homeless that were there before and how they're going to get through the winter. But I believe solutions are coming, so we're looking forward to hearing how that goes. Thank you, Barron. Thank you for your time. Thanks for everybody that stayed through and listened. Please pray for us, pray for Springfield. I'm in Kansas City. We have our own issues here, but right now Springfield's in the news, and I got a lot of stuff that needs prayer. So if you want to see more, I've got 8 books about how the church ought to stop buying pipe organs and feed the poor, and they're all free on our website at fellowshipofthemartyrs.com. And Liberty Disaster Relief is our homeless shelter, food pantry, community storehouse, all the stuff we do here in Kansas City. And outtopastor.com is Barron's website, if you get a chance to go there and see some of what he does. And we love you all. Thank you for listening, and we'll get back to you with an update here in a week or so. Thank you all. Bye-bye.